Hello, Tom Maguire. Sorry, it's been a little while. It's been a couple of weeks since I've done a review. Still been reading, still been loving the reading, still been loving listening to the audiobooks as well. But I've just had loads going on with building a house at the minute, which is why I'm coming at you again from the old office. Everything's in a real mess, as you can see behind me. But yeah, I just wanted to do a quick review on this book, Billy Summers by Stephen King. It's a brilliant book. I'm probably not going to tell you anything you haven't heard already. Certainly if you've been looking at reviews. I deliberately haven't looked at any reviews because I wanted just to give you just a completely fresh one. I am not an avid Stephen King fan. I've only read 2 or 3 of his books. I've loved all of his books that I've read so far. I read Later recently. I've read some of the older ones. I haven't done reviews on those. I love On Writing as well. That's fantastic. And this is a personal development channel, so On Writing is quite relevant to that, or it's very relevant to that. But I always say when it comes to personal development that reading fiction books is really important as well. I truly believe in reading for the sake of reading. I believe in reading fiction because I think somebody said once that once you read a good fiction, you'll never be the same person again. I can't remember exactly who that was, but they were right. I think if you read a good fiction, it changes you in a certain way. And I think in a world where we're always reducing things to their component parts, we're always thinking about the bottom line, we're always kind of breaking things down and analysing things. I think it's nice just to kind of read things for the sake of reading, to enjoy them, to be in awe of things and to appreciate things in a way that you can't necessarily always explain. And I think that's quite relevant to this book, to be honest. I think Stephen King is someone to be in awe of. I think he's absolutely fantastic. I think he's done so many books, some of them better than others, of course. That's bound to be always the case. And you get these die-hard fans who maybe they've read Billy Summers and they've been disappointed potentially. But I just thought it was absolutely fantastic. I'm absolutely certain it's going to be a film at some point. It's been made into a film. It'd be a brilliant film. I listened to the audiobook. It's narrated by Paul Sparks, who has got such a good voice for narration. It's absolutely brilliant. He couldn't have chosen someone better, I don't think. His voice is just superb. They just subtly kind of changed throughout the whole book, and at times I wondered if someone else was reading as well. But really, really good, really, really well done. So well acted. It's the one audiobook that's come closest to kind of feeling like watching a film in a way, and that's I mean that as a good thing. It's much better than watching a film, really. I think any book is going to be better than a film, I think personally, but it has that quality to it. I think it'd make a really, really good film. I'm not going to give you any spoilers. You've got to read the book or listen to it. There's no good me analysing different parts and all that sort of thing. I wouldn't do it justice, but it was just really, really good. I really enjoyed it. Pure escapism, pure entertainment. There are some bits in there that are relevant to personal development as well. These little philosophical bits that come in here and there that I love. I love that, all that sort of stuff. And you can tell, it's interesting when you listen to someone or read someone like Stephen King and they write something and you kind of think, I wonder if he's been paying attention to such and such an author or such and such, and he probably has. I don't know, but you just get that feeling. I know a lot of stuff gets repeated and what have you anyway, but it's interesting. The only review I looked at was Goodreads, because I always look at Goodreads very quickly before I read or listen to a book just to get an idea, and it's already getting 4.5 stars from 12,000 reviews, so that's really quite impressive. Stephen King's got a huge fan base. You're going to get loads of people reading it, but 4.5 stars, very, very good. Like I say, proper King fans are proper psychos, aren't they? So they've got their opinions, and you can look at their reviews, and I'm sure you'll get much more detail and much more of a breakdown of things. But coming from my point of view of just reading as many books as possible, many personal development books, fiction, non-fiction, right across the board, I just wanted to give my opinion. I just think it's fantastic. This is a great one for whether you're a die-hard personal development fan, self-help fan, or what have you. I think it's really important that you take time to read or listen to these kind of books just to get away and just to relax your brain and just give yourself a bit of a rest. Really, really entertaining. I really enjoyed it. What else was I going to say? I said in a review a little while ago that I think one of the best ever audiobooks I've listened to was the Orwell collection, narrated by Stephen Fry. I said that was one of the best audiobooks I've listened to in ages. And it was, but I think this one is up there, and at least, if not better, actually. I just think Paul Sparks, such a good voice. Combined with Stephen King's fantastic writing, it's a brilliant story. Look out for it at some point being made into a film. It'll make a brilliant film, I think. That's if they can kind of condense it down and do a good job, of course, or maybe a TV series, who knows, I don't know. But fantastic. So thanks very much. Keep liking, subscribing. I've got some more reviews coming soon. I'm reading some good stuff at the minute. Thank you. Take care. Cheers.